Hey there. If you like what you wind up seeing here, go check out Shiny Catherine's own series. She basically set up the guidelines for this challenge. Anyway, enjoy the video. Nuzlockes have become a little stale for me recently. I've done about 5 Pokemon Nuzlockes on this channel alone, and I've had a bad habit of just not finishing them. It was just running a bit stale for me at some points. So after trying to think of something else to do when we're visiting Pokemon Scarlet, I realized that Pokemon Home Support was coming out around the time I was trying to think of what to do. After some thinking, I decided I could transfer my whole living dex from my first playthrough, just so I can get the Shiny Charm right away. And after thinking about that, I realized, what if I did a shiny only run of Pokemon Scarlet, where I only added new Pokemon to my team after getting a badge from any of the 3 main storylines? Doing this would total up to around 19 Pokemon that I can catch and use, with an additional 1 being whatever the starter would wind up being. And like I said before, this isn't going to be a Nuzlocke. Even with the Shiny Charm, it would still take a bunch of time trying to find the shiny Pokemon in the first place, so adding things like hardcore Nuzlocke rules, where I wouldn't be able to heal in battle, not be able to use Pokemon if they faint, follow level caps for bosses, and be limited to only 1 Pokemon per area, probably be way more stressful than it needs to be. Since I've already been in Paldea from the last time, I figured we could use my Chana mascot Mercury, since I've been meaning to use her more on my channel. As she begins her journey, we are to reach a roadblock. Because of how more modern Pokemon games handle gift Pokemon, like starters at the beginning of the game, they can't be shiny. So instead of picking between Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxly, she would have to go out in the wild and find her own Pokemon to make her starter, which honestly seems like a better way to start her journey. For the sake of picking one, we decided to pick Sprigatito since it's the fastest of the 3 that'll help us with shiny hunting. So her rival Nimona will pick Quaxly while Clavel thinks it's something else to do with Fuecoco. It's not until Mercury travels all across Paldea that she decides to finally set things up for the 3 main stories of the game. 1, so we have easier traveling. 2, so we can unlock mass outbreaks, which will be the best way for us to narrow down our targets to shiny hunt. And 3, so we can grab our shiny charm to give us better odds. In case people don't know, mass outbreaks occur every day in-game for a specific Pokemon. And after defeating about 60 of them, the shiny odds are increased to 1 out of 1,365. And since we're using the shiny charm, these odds are boosted further to 1 out of 819. There is another way to boost these odds, but that's not available till post-game, so we won't be using that. It wasn't until she's gone through 3 mass outbreaks that we finally found something. Stantler, which is an interesting start to this whole journey if you think about it. Stantler is probably one of the most uncommon Pokemon in these games, and it's not something that people would normally use unless they were doing challenge runs like this or a Nuzlocke. Stantler also got an evolution in Pokemon Legends Arceus, so if we really wanted to, we could evolve this to a Weirdeer later on in the journey. So with our weird, disease-ridden deer, we can finally journey around the Paldea region and go out and get badges. As I said earlier, there were 3 main storylines in this game, meaning there's 3 different types of badges that we can go after in this game. The regular gym badges, which is a staple for every game except the Alolan ones. The Titan badges, where we have to take down a giant Pokemon with stat buffs similar to Totem Pokemons in the Alolan games. And the Team Star badges, where we have to raid a base and try to take down the bosses of delinquents at our school. Each of them have their own perks, with gym badges making it so we can use higher level Pokemon, Titan badges making it so we can use our box art legendary to have more exploration options, and the Team Star badges making it so we can use more TMs. We decided to do a gym first to open up our options for places to catch things. The earliest gym leaders we could take on at this point in the game are either Bug or Grass, and considering we have Stantler for our starter, neither are really a bad option. For the sake of making things more difficult, I opted that we'd do the Grass gym, since Stantler is basically on par with their ace. As we enter, we're given a task before fighting Brassius, which is going around the town of Artisan and gather subflora, which doesn't take too long, and I even found one trying to figure out how vending machines work, so I just bought it a bottle of water. After that, it was just gathering the rest and taking them back to their little McDonald's playpen. Before we take on Brassius, we take a minute to strategize and show how our Stantler is built. In the moment, I was thinking that since we had Sand Attack and Hypnosis, that we could start the fight with Sudowoodo, we lead with Hypnosis, and try to lower its accuracy as much as possible before it wakes up. We have Intimidate for our ability, which for later on in the run would be really helpful for lowering an opponent's attack, but for this gym, it's not going to be helpful in the slightest. As we start, Brassius leads with Petal, and since it has own tempo, our Intimidate does nothing to it. During turn 1, we Terastallize so we can boost our normal attacks further. We use a Stomp and the Petal Wells out, Then he sends in his Smoliv, where we basically just rinse and repeat. Finally, he sends out his Sudowoodo and turns it to a grass type. And before it does anything, we outspeed it and get off the Hypnosis to start our Sand Attack strat. Unfortunately, this doesn't go as planned, and it wakes up the next turn and deals a little under our health. Thinking we could outspeed it, I just kept doing Stomp, only to take a critical hit from Sudowoodo the next turn, losing the fight. Oh, that crit really ruined it. So it's a good thing I didn't make this a Nuzlocke, otherwise Run was dead there. After that, I decided to look through her bag to see if there was anything I could get Stantler that would help it. The only thing that really stood out was a Silk Scarf to make our normal attacks hit even harder. Alright, we're back, it's dusk. It took that long to get ready for a rematch. And the cutscene's the cutscene's acting like we don't know who Brassius was. We know who you are, motherfucker. Just fight us. So for round 2, we basically did the same as last time. Terrastaway's turn 1, and knock out Petalil and Smoliv again. So when we got around to Sudowoodo again, instead of trying to do the Sand Attack strat again, I decided we'd just put it to sleep and keep using Stomp. Even with the Silk Scarf and Terra Boost, we still aren't doing that much more damage to Sudowoodo. Luckily, we were able to get into the red before it started waking up and using Trailblaze. I had to hope that next turn we wouldn't get crit again, otherwise we'd have to redo the fight a third time. They could do it. And then, as long as this isn't a speed tie... Oh, it is 100 active. I thought that it was, like, 90 or something. As long as it's not a speed tie, yeah, we win. I do think if we didn't get the crit in the first fight, we could have won before, but honestly, I'm okay with that makeup match we did. For winning, we can catch Pokemon up to level 25 now, which gives us a little more leeway for what to catch next, and we were also able to teach our Stantler Trailblaze over Astonish, which will be infinitely more dependable than that, since it's a decent grass move that can boost our speed. After taking care of that, we needed to set a goal in mind for what to do next. That way we could think about what we could shiny hunt later on. And while I wanted to do a Team Starbase, we were going to need at least 3 Pokemon to even start doing one of those, otherwise the game just decides to shove you along to do literally anything else. So the next best thing I thought about doing was a Titan. And since we can already fly around most areas in the game, the Rock Titan was really low on my priority list for things to do. Instead, I thought about doing the Steel Titan, since it would open up hard to reach areas since it would give us a bigger jump when riding on a Koraidon. So I started planning on what kind of Pokemon we should hunt to help us with this. The biggest issue with fighting Earthworm is that it's immune to ground attacks because of its ability Earth Eater, which would heal it instead of dealing damage to it. So that only left me with 2 other options, a Fire type or a Fighting type. So for the next few days, I would wait until we had a Mouse outbreak with one of those types, and the first result came up wound up being a Larvesta outbreak. This was great because I normally don't use those in a casual or challenge playthrough of these games, and I've never had a shiny Volcarona before. So for every shiny hunt I would do from this point onwards, I would be streaming the process of finding them over on my Twitch channel. So if you go over to twitch.tv/StarShadeGaming, you may find me shiny hunting some more Pokemon for this series, or just playing games with friends. I'll be doing this since I want to catch my live reaction for finding what we're looking for. You only have herbs in your sandwich that's a salad with a bread bowl, not a sandwich. While I would say you're right, we're also in a society that believes in Veggie Delight sandwiches, which is nothing but vegetables. You take those words back? I can't. That's the society we live in. That is not a thing I refuse. It's like, if you look up most sandwich joints, like, they have, like, an all-veggie, like, sandwich. There it is. Alright, saving. Do I have false swipe? And can you learn it? No. Okay. Okay, so we saved. Why not quick ball? It's not that I don't want a quick ball, I just want to, like, think about any other kind of ball I could use. Look how good it is, though. Alright, I need to trade this over to my other file later. Actually, quick ball could be good, just because of the wings. You know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do quick ball. And this is why we save. And then we do it again. Damn it, strong. I mean, I'm 4 times weak to bug, so it's kind of expected. Auto heal. And then we do it again. This is something. It's like, we'll get it eventually. This is gonna be funny when I have to edit this down in the video later, though. Just me running away from the Larvesta over and over. Shiny hunting is the easiest in Pokemon history. Yeah, honestly, this and Legends Arceus is like the one game where you could just try to avoid a shiny for a little bit, just so you can try to, like, be more prepared. It's like the only downside with this game is that if you go too far away, it will despawn. At least with Legends, it stays. And then if you're doing multiplayer, if you run away, it just despawns immediately. Which is why I feel so bad for Chris when he found a Crabominable when we were doing multiplayer the other day. Because as soon as I asked if he, like, ran into it already, he ran away. He was like, yeah, let me run away and you can get it. And it's like, well, now it's gone. There's nothing we can do about that now. It's just gone. Alright. I got funny little bug now. Let's take a look at it, hang on. Ooh, that's a bad nature. Actually, the nature's not bad, it's just, as a Larvesta, this is not a good nature. After finding the Larvesta, it was then when I decided to start giving nicknames, since it was something I forgot to do earlier. Eventually, after looking at Stalker's name Walnut, I started thinking about those two Muppets that would be in the balcony, and decided to name them Waldorf. After that, I decided to name Larvesta after Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, since he was yellow. We were then ready to make our way towards Orthworm with our new fire type. But, not before running into something that would probably only happen, like, once a blue moon. So, right now, our main goal is to take down Orthworm. And then after that, I'm able to do another shiny hunting stream. I haven't really decided what I want to go after next, though. Because it's not like we really need anything to go after Katie now, since we have Larvesta. So I'm trying to think of, like, what we could use in the long term. I actually don't know if you need to do Cloth before this. It's like, I'm sure that you don't. Are you kidding me? Are both of these shiny? I think both of these are shiny. There's no outbreak or anything going on. Oh no, that roly-poly might run away. Okay, he's coming back, that's good. I was not expecting this at all. Oh, he's right behind us. Alright, that's good. The fact that we have two... Okay, this should help a little bit. I don't think I've ever used a Carkol before, so I wouldn't mind using this. The only issue is that we can't use it yet. Okay, that's neutral, and that's a crit? Jeez. Probably do one more. This is gonna be really interesting when I start doing editing. I guess you can go in a Great Ball. Alright, saving again. Don't you run away from me. Wow, if I was gonna use one, I'd have to use the Carkol. I guess... I mean, I caught Larvesta in a quick ball. If a critical hit Trailblaze did less than half to a Carkol, this might do a little over or under half to this. Actually, let me just put this to sleep. Well, man, it's fucking me up. I forget, how much is... Okay, Eliminate deals 70. I think if I'm gonna use either of these, it'd probably be the Roly-Coly. Just so we can, like, get used to the base form and all. That motherfucker's mind was blown. He saw that we found 2 in a row. But please hit the hypnosis. Thank you. I think this one I'll catch an luxury ball. Yeah, that's just insane. I may do to run back just so I can go heal. Is there... Actually, let me grab that tower first. That way I can just fly back. I really wasn't expecting to find anything on the way here. Let alone 2 things right next to each other. It's like, I think the only problem is just they're 2 from, like, the same evolution line. I just don't think I can... I don't think there's anything that can top that right now. Oh my god, is that shiny? No fucking way, that's also shiny. Are you kidding me? Well, we found our fighting type we wanted. What the hell is going on? I never checked. Did I have... Okay, I do have Flame Body. I think I'll just do Bug Bite here. Don't you run away. Oh my god, I am resetting. I did save in front of that, right? I'm asking as if I had chat. I didn't know you had Whirlwind. Jesus. Please tell me I saved in front of it. Did I? Hello, I did. You're not getting away from me. Okay. I mean, this one I have to do. Well, let me do Quick Ball. If that doesn't catch, we can do Repeat Ball. Okay, that'll catch. Jesus Christ. We're already at 5 shinies. I know I only have one badge. Okay. Before any other bullshit happens, I'm saving again. Okay, I do have the flight point. Just gonna do one last sweep, because holy hell. Alright, Worth Room's down there. So I think I'm still gonna do a stream to find another shiny. And if I don't find a target, I'll just go ahead and grab one of those to use. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else. Unless you fuckers are shiny again. No. Alright. I'm flying over here. And I'm putting these guys in the box for now. I know I had the shiny charm, so should have expected at least one shiny during these recordings, but the fact that I had a back-to-back spawn in the same group, and not even 2 minutes later find another shiny, just... how? How does something like that happen? I don't have any plans for these three right now, but I may think of something later in the future. Anyway, after that interruption, it was time to start getting ready for actual fight. That's not a shiny. Going into the fight, I wanted to see how much damage we would be doing to each other. It dealt about half of Dr. Bunsen's health, but I was able to burn them so they deal less damage. Okay, we did play body, so we're fine. That's some decent damage. Okay. And then I guess we need Flame Wheel. I think I'm gonna do one more along the way. Oh, that's bad. I think Dr. Bunsen gets fainted here. Yeah. He did his best. Dr. Bunsen faints, and the rest of the fight is up to Waldorf. With the burn and stomp, it is doing enough for it to run away during the first fight. The most I can really do is use Confuse Ray. So I think if... I don't think this is going to do enough, but I think hitting himself in Confusion and the burn should make him run away. Because I think they have to be in red to run. Maybe it's like 1/8 of their health. Okay, now it should run. Oh, right, Toad School. I don't know how good that's actually gonna be. Does it say how much its stats are buffed? No, it doesn't. I guess we just Flame Charge here. Yeah, doing half again. Honestly, I might just heal here. Because if it attacks us again, we can hope for another burn. There we go. Alright, burned and confused. I don't think we need to heal again. I might do another flame charge just to get more speed, though. Okay, punches itself like an idiot. Oh, I forgot you get hexed this early. Yeah, this is probably the best this fight could have gotten. Alright, hit yourself again. Nah, that's fine. Nice. Look at Dr. Bunsen, he's so proud of himself. After feeding our Koraidon a sandwich that Armin made, we are now able to jump higher and reach some areas we couldn't before. More importantly, since we got a badge for doing this, we are now able to go and shiny hunt for another Pokemon. Since this would be our third team member, my main goal was to take care of his Team Starbase, and the only two we could take on early on in the game is Dark and Fire. Since we had Dr. Bunsen, I figured we may as well do the Dark one, and see if there was any other type that would help with it and also complement our current team. Aside from Bug, Dark is also weak to Fighting and Fairy, so I waited for an outbreak for either of those types, and the first mass outbreak that popped up was Flamigo. I've never used a Flamigo before, but I'm aware of how good they are because I've seen how the speedruns for this game are, so I was kind of excited to actually get one. However, this hunt had several issues. First one being is that they were in a very awkward spot where they wouldn't really spawn. And the second is that if the spawns were really unlucky, they could spawn underground and we wouldn't be able to notice them right away. Worst of all, and the biggest issue we've had, is I accidentally despawned the shiny as we were trying to get rid of everything else. These Tauros keep coming back. Oh no, there can be Palmo here. Wait a minute. Did I accidentally? There's no way. No shot. Oh no, I got rid of the shiny. Oh no, there was a shiny. It was right over here and I accidentally despawned it. This would have been such a quick hunt too. If I didn't despawn this hunt would have been at least half an hour at most. So since I did that, I had to wait for another one to spawn. Egg and jam, that works. That sounds disgusting, but we're gonna roll with it. No, Sam, would you rather have this sandwich or a veggie delight sandwich? Because I know how you feel about it from the last stream. There it is. I found you, fucker. I'll fucking eat the grass we're standing on with extra bugs. Where'd you go? You. Heal ball would look good on you. Oh, right, I used my love and dream ball already. Oh, there we go. That should catch it. Yay! Oh, God. Alright, so first things first. Alright, Terra Fighting, that's not bad. Go ahead and keep all these moves. Brave Nature? Lonely Nature. Boost evasion if it's confused. What's the other ability you could have? Hang on. Isn't the other one Co-Star? Or is that the hidden ability? Amigo. Co-Star's hidden ability. Oh, no, I want Scrappy. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use an ability capsule on this eventually. Alright. And now for the second part. List of Muppets. Because now we have to give them a nickname. We have Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. This could technically be Beaker. Yeah, I think this one we call Beaker, just because it has a beak. And we have Dr. Bunsen already. Alright, Beaker the level we go. When I was trying to end stream on the note of having a nice team while setting up a picnic, something happened. What do you mean I can't write on here? Are you kidding me? I hate everything. My day is ruined and my disappointment is immeasurable. Star, how much did you pay Arceus off? Nothing. Clearly not enough if he gave me a Psyduck. I'm actually upset. Alright, into hell you go. You're probably wondering why I would be upset about finding a shiny Psyduck, and the answer is kinda simple for me at least. Psyduck is one of those shiny Pokemon I find without fail in just about every game I play, and my biggest issue with this is knowing it evolves into Golduck, which in my opinion does not have the best shiny. So while this could be a water type we could use later on in the run, knowing it just becomes a Golduck in the end just makes me so upset. So at this point, we have 7 shinies under our belt, and we can only use about 3 of them. Oh wait, did I say 7? I meant to say 20. Now you're probably asking, when did we make such a big jump in that many Pokemon? We've only seen 7. So here's the thing. In between streams, I wanted to grind some experience candies to help us later on. And then I started noticing something with all the low tier raids I was doing. You too can also do this if you have Switch Online and are just starting a brand new file. Almost no one hosts 1 and 2 star raids. So when you search for a random raid, it'll try to match you with any raids that may be available that are still low tier. The only raids that are really being hosted in low tier areas are shiny raids for some reason. And just to give you an idea of how many we've gotten, we have a Drowsy, a Flittle, a Lechonk, Slowpoke, Swablu, Applin, Tadbulb, Fletchling, Pichu, Ghastly, Azurill, Pandamouse, 2 Bramblin, and 2 Watchroll. I don't know the legitimacy of these because of how often I kept seeing them, and I'm not sure if I should even use these during the run. If I do, I'll probably only pick one of them and put the rest in storage and not think of anything about them. Because like I said earlier, I want this to be an experience for finding and catching each team member we add to our team. And having 17 random shinies I found in raids in the backlog is just a bit much, and it just makes this seem predicted. So this is where I'd like some input from you guys. From all the Pokemon I just listed and are on screen right now, type which one you want me to use in the comments, and whatever has the most amount of votes, I will probably use that at some point. Because in its own way, that happening was its own experience that I feel like we should acknowledge, even if it does seem a bit dubious. Going back to our challenge, we made our way to the Team Star base, and to my surprise, we were well over leveled for this place.
I don't remember.
I knew that the Dark base was the easiest of the 5, but I wasn't expecting them to be roughly 5 to 7 levels below us.
Oh, this is gonna be a wash.
So when we did the raid, the only issue I saw that we might have had going against Sableye, since our whole team isn't really suited for fighting them.
It's like I knew we had
anytime we would run into them, we
overload.
would just go the opposite direction and try to fight something else. Yeah, the fact that we have a fighting type and a bug type is gonna make this like really easy. And they're really generous with like how much time they want us to do this. I do know that for the later ones, it does get a little rough. Oh right, I forgot these turn to Dark type, that's why they use these. I'm gonna skip the Sableye. Pick up the Sableye again. Oh, more Nimbles. I was wondering what these were. Right. And now we can do the leader. Since we were leading with Beaker, I wasn't really too worried about the fight, since he leads with a Pawniard. Even though low kick's damage is based on the opponent's weight,
it didn't really matter too much if it's 4 times effective against it. The real question I had was going against the Starmobile that Giacomo had. Because even after writing this script, I don't know if there's a normal weight for Revel for it, or if it's like a modified weight because it's the Starmobile. They have normal Pokemon. I want to imagine that because we do so much damage to it, that could be the case, but I also have to remember that it's Dark type now instead of being Poison Steel type like it's meant to be. Oh, I forgot it had Intimidate. Low kick's based on weight. I don't know how that would work with the cars. Because does it just do normal Rivering's weight, or is it adjusted? I'm gonna assume it's normal, because that didn't seem like more than it should normally do. As much as I like Reverum being first Poison Steel type, I feel like because they did these modifications with the cars, they could have done like different forms where it also changes types. Like, after you beat a specific Team Star boss, you're allowed to, like, add that type to it instead of, like, I don't know, the Poison type, since Atticus gives you a Poison type anyway. I think it could be really good. I was really hoping for Felico and like foul play. It's at this point that I decided we should take a little break from Mercury's challenge. So far we've done at least 1/6 of the badges that we need. So to avoid burnout, I want to try and phase this adventure out so I can work on some other things. This will also give me some time to hear some feedback from you guys about how you feel about the series and what we should add to the team when I come back to this. Remember to comment what Pokemon I should add to the team from the ones I listed before, and subscribe so you know when the next video is out. I'm honestly happy with what we have so far.